Hi, I'm Sean Briley. I am the Library Director in Coronado, California. It's a small library, but we are lucky to be near a metropolis, and we have partnered with San Diego State University School of Journalism to try and envision what can a small library do to, in our arena of providing access to information, to fill the void that is left in a news desert. So the basic concept of this project is that even in news deserts, there are libraries. There are about 9,000 public libraries throughout America, including in small and rural areas. So we already have a network on the ground of trained information professionals. What's special about libraries is they're trusted for their neutrality and impartiality. And one of the unique points about this particular project is it is not asking librarians to be journalists. It's not asking librarians to go out and editorialize, and it maintains the integrity of the library as a neutral, trusted venue in these communities. This project is taking the existing library mission and is just adapting it to be more proactive in addressing those questions. So someone might approach a reference desk and say, is this real or isn't it? Is this, I want to know whether this is true, can you help me find out? Or they may approach a reference desk and say, golly, I'm trying to get information on this local entity, can you help me with that? Traditional mission of the library and the information that you can obtain at a reference desk dovetails nicely with the needs some of the needs that are presented by news deserts. This isn't going to solve every issue with a news desert, but some of the key informational lacks that you find in a news desert are, is something true or isn't it that's out there? How do I make a complaint or investigate a local entity, be it public or private? So these are questions that would come to a reference desk brought by an individual who might show up and say, I'm trying to look into this, can you tell me if this is a fact or not? Or I'm trying to investigate this local business or this government entity. And all this really suggesting is a slight reimagining of the library mission to be a little more proactive with an online presence where you have a fact or fiction section that goes out into the community, looks at what is trending out there in social media and the rumor mill, and does a non-editorializing fact or fiction analysis of that question. Also, to have a watchdog section that goes beyond the 800 number listing, to have a little more information about how you can find out what's going on in your community for yourself. Another thing that libraries can provide in a news desert is plain English minutes to public meetings. So sure, anyone can perhaps go online to a city government. They've got to find the minutes, it's not in any order, no one's pulled out what is going to be interesting or not interesting. So again, without editorializing the content, just doing a plain English rendition of key aspects of the minutes of a public meeting. And another function that is missing when there is no local media is community connection. So something that libraries can do, and it's non-controversial, again, it's something that libraries already do, is they have a notice board with events that are on. And it's this can be done online by listing local events, by maybe including reports of local high school football games, and that type of thing.
Hi, my name is Martin Kruming. I'm a former journalist. And I'm concerned, as are others, about a growing problem in America, and that is the creation of news deserts. And these are rural communities that have lost their newspapers, and it's growing. So one of the solutions to this is involve librarians and libraries. Librarians are trusted sources of information for the public. And our solution is a project called FACTLY, facts, accountability, libraries, and you. And essentially think of a three-pronged stool. One stool to that would be misinformation and disinformation, fact versus fiction, and how librarians can help in this arena. The second would be citizen journalists, people, just ordinary citizens who are collecting information, bringing their questions to libraries, finding out what governments are doing and others. So that's the second prong. And the third prong is media literacy. Media literacy is basically trying to figure out what is true, what is false with the news media, and becoming, if you will, sort of a connoisseur of news. So those three elements are the three prongs of the project that we're calling FACTLY. We hope you'll get involved. We think it's exciting, and we think it's got huge ramifications in terms of tackling the problem of news deserts across the country. Many thanks.